Yo, 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 yo. Episode 6.
Is it 6?
Yeah. Because new one's coming out tonight.
Yeah. It's Fat Thursday.
It is Fat Thursday. Do you have any punski?
No.
He's like, what the hell is Fat Thursday?
No, man.
You know what Fat Thursday is?
Yeah.
It's the Polish thing where we all eat punchki, like,
Yeah.
we get fat.
I am not into the punchies. I think they're it's too much sugar for me.
You probably have the ones that are sugar powder coated or whatever, dude. You can just get plain ass ones. Those are good.
Orland Bakery.
Yeah, but those are
Homemade are the best.
those are decent. Those aren't real punchki.
Okay.
We'll get you some real punchki. We'll get you some real punchki.
I
dude.
got you.
Edita's mom made like 40.
Where the hell are they?
I haven't been home.
This is like your second home, dude.
Yeah, it's my second home, not hers.
Yeah, but your second home, you should be sharing.
She
with the rest of us.
baked me banana bread the other day.
I can't believe you didn't bring any punchki that you had fresh on Fat Thursday, dude.
I haven't been in the area.
You're here right now.
Well, somebody had to fix the computer, and it wasn't you.
Yeah.
We've had nothing but technical issues the past 2 days.
But figured it out.
Yeah.
So we got Brian, my neighbor, Brian Kovac, who is a State Farm agent. He has his own agency, right?
Yeah.
Where is it located at?
Oak Lawn.
Oak Lawn,
Right,
Illinois.
right in the center of Oak Lawn.
Where at?
95th and 54th Avenue.
95th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right by the police station, all that.
Yeah,
Nice
real,
area.
real secure.
Oak Lawn's good. They do a nice job.
What kind of insurance? Just everything?
Yeah, so State Farm is the kind of the bread and butter is auto, homeowners, that sort of stuff. We do life, certain disability policies, small business, commercial auto,
Boats.
boats.
You know that.
So
Jet skis, boats.
I'm not gonna lie though. State Farm was raping me.
the industry
Before
in
we
general.
before we even get that far, hold on.
Yeah.
It's not just State Farm, dude.
Well,
Oh, you do
right.
other stuff too?
No, I'm saying in terms of
No,
insurance.
as far as
get-
rates.
Dude,
Yeah,
I saved like I'm paying a third of what I was paying at State Farm.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'm calling you out, Brian.
I mean, go for it. If it's going to save you a ton of money, or the agent is going to be a big part of your experience, regardless of company. If you're dealing with one of the major companies out there, it's going to be a similar policy. Coverages are going to be pretty close. So, the major difference is going to be the agency. What kind of customer service are you going to get?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I do all my thing myself. Like
Yeah.
I just
Because you
go
can.
online,
in
right?
today's age, you can, right? I have everything through Brian. Brian takes care of
I
everything
mean
for
that's
me.
fair. Right?
So I don't know what they said. I mean, I've heard that you're supposed to get like either switch or get new quotes every 2 years for insurance companies. That sometimes you'll get a better rate. But is that somewhat true or not really?
Yes and no. So a lot of companies, what they offer is a new customer discount. So what happens is you'll get an introductory rate. It's a 6-month rate where, this is great. I'm saving a bunch of money. And the idea is it's going to get you to switch.
Hold on 1 second. You
Yeah.
want to move back the table a little bit so he has the mic closer?
Oh, sure.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks.
There we go.
Oh,
See?
perfect.
Yeah.
There we
That way
go.
you don't have to bend over.
I like it. Thank you. Right in my face.
That's what she said.
So, you get an introductory rate, that kind of thing. So, and then what happens is they renew, it's going to come back higher. And, most people at that point, they just, I don't want to switch again. So they just stay
Yeah.
and deal with it.
Yep.
And so that's kind of the typical experience.
I mean,
We know that coverage stay the same, right? But the premium usually goes up almost every year, right?
Yeah.
At least not a set percentage, but incrementally of some sort, it's going to go up every year, right?
Usually.
Usually.
I mean, there's interesting things that happen. The COVID period was incredible. In 2020, it was the largest decrease that we ever took in our company's history. So
COVID was a good thing for insurance.
yeah, well, from the standpoint that everybody stopped driving because of
Yeah.
lockdowns.
A lot less accidents, everything for sure. That makes sense. A lot less accidents, a lot less probably, claims of of getting hurt in an accident of some sort. Yeah, that makes sense. Industry wide, that would make sense. Yeah.
It took a while to work back from that too. At least for our rates, it was a few years working back off that. So, I would say we're higher now than where we were, but then if you take into account inflation and our fantastic dollar, It's
Yeah, and
that's what we're
then
dealing with.
sometimes regulations from the state that they require you to get some kind of pay for extra insurance that you don't technically need, but the state wants you to provide it, whatever. Like in terms of like California, where they're mandated to pay cover for insurance even after the fires or whatever.
Yeah.
That's basically a mandate, and that makes the insurance. Let's say like we shouldn't be covering anybody because it doesn't make financial sense to us, right? But now the state is forcing us to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, and there's a whole. I mean, California's an absolute mess.
Yeah, let's stick
Without
to our
getting
state,
myself-
Illinois, which is not much better. But let's just leave
Well,
it
I
at
mean,
that.
I was curious about California.
I'm not going to try to get myself in trouble with what State Farm's saying or doing out there, but I mean, just the general idea. They've asked for a rate increase multiple times, and the state has said no, you can't increase rates, and that's basically what drove us to pull out of, not completely, but stop selling policies, canceling, a significant portion of policies out in that area where the Palisades fires were, and I mean, the timing was interesting in that sense, but
That was weird. The timing was very weird between the insurance dropping coverages and then the fires coming and burn all this shit down.
And we got out about it was just about a year before it all happened.
Yeah,
But we were citing, and not just us. I mean, a lot of insurance companies were concerned because they were citing forest management practices.
yeah, that's a big thing.
They
Not according to Newsom, but yeah.
they're not doing anything. So it's like you end up you're prime for example for problems out there. And even after the fires, we asked for emergency rate increase, and they denied it. So it's like it's not an environment you want to be.
Yeah, where do you go from that point? If you can't increase the rate, but everything costs more to rebuild, then how are you supposed to cover that?
With magic money.
Well, yeah, magical money. Yeah, that magical money is one thing.
Yeah.
But
And they'll make it back.
no, they won't. That's the thing is, if you think about it, that would take a huge loss on that because let's just say that Brian could explain it better, but if your house was quoted at a value of $200K in 2020, and now we're in 2024, and that house is valued at $250K, that's $50K extra, let's just say, but your insurance premium is the same, well, who
Yeah.
covers the $50K difference?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the same thing
To
as,
rebuild, right?
Yeah.
Or to cover, basically to just cover, Obviously, insurance companies have, I'm not, like I said, I'm not an agent, you're an agent, but so maybe you can explain this better.
The more you say, the less he has to.
Well, I'm curious. Is like usually an insurance company when they cover like your home, let's say, right? You would think that they probably have a little bit of a higher rate set in terms of coverage, not coverage, but like payout for, let's say, like things like inside your house, right? Because how are they ever gonna get like an exact detailed list of what you have in your house?
But you're supposed to insure
Yeah.
for that stuff, right? For specific things as well. For
Well,
like-
if you wanted some specific
Yeah.
insured, right?
Yeah, if you're looking at like a jewelry policy or something, where
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
hey, I want these particular items covered on a schedule or something, where you're listing out the item, the value. That we need to know about.
And
I
you
don't-
probably want proof of that as well. I'm gonna guess in some kind of way.
when the policies start set up. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a homeowners, we're going to ask you at the time of loss, what did you have?
Yeah.
And
So then
got
I
a TV
got a
listed
question
out.
for that. If you know or not, but you should. I would guess you would know. Let's say my house burns down.
Mhm.
Let's just say my house doesn't burn down, but let's just say hypothetically somebody else's house is burned down, right?
Sure.
The house, an adjuster comes, adjusts the house, and says the house is worth, I don't know, it's going to cost $250K to rebuild, and then they are going to ask you how much stuff did you have inside. Well, let's just say you had extra expensive stuff inside the house that you never really noted anywhere. If your house is only covered for like interior dwelling coverage for, let's say, like $150K, that's the max you would pay out, right?
You're going to have structural coverage. So that's
That's the structure itself. Yeah.
interior, exterior, the whole structure. Then a separate coverage is going to be your personal property. So
Oh,
all
okay.
that's going to fall into that. And you got some real fancy stuff. You might hit the limit.
Yeah.
And-
But so
and-
that would be there is a limit, right? Obviously,
There is
right?
a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no like where you just keep going and adding stuff up, even if you have receipts. At the end of the day, if you hit the limit, you're done.
Correct.
Unless you paid extra coverage for that, or maybe you increased the coverage on that, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Because that was a question I always wondered. I'm like, if there has to. I'm guessing the number that's on the policy would be the limit on how much you can pull
You
before.
got it.
Right, same
Before-
thing on car insurance, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, car insurance. It's as
like-
far as
for like-
liability.
yeah, like
that sort of
bodily-
thing.
or whatever.
Actually, explain it to us. Liability, comprehensive insurance, all that stuff. Like, you got a whole list of stuff that you have on insurance coverage when you're buying it, right? You can buy comprehensive, which is just covering the car.
Yep.
From
Fire
fire.
theft, vandalism, glass breakage, animal strikes, that kind of thing.
Then
So
you have
you got the main things that what you're going to find on there is your liability coverage, right? That's
Right.
going to be that's the part that's mandated by law. That's the part you pay for to protect other people.
Yep.
that 300/500.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever.
Explain
100,
that to us, let's
300,
just say.
250, 500. So that part, the first number you're going to see is bodily injury for liability. So that's if you crash into somebody, you're found at fault, right?
Yep.
So that part, the first part is going to be per person for that accident. The second number is going to be per accident. So if it's 100, 300, we'll pay 100,000 per person, up to 300,000 for the accident. Anything.
So that
above
would be up to 3 people technically.
No.
It could be more than 3, less
Yeah.
than 3, but 300,000 is going to be the maximum we'll pay for that accident for that.
Oh,
claim.
okay. So if
So-
you had an expensive ass car that was worth
Well, no,
300K.
because he
That's
hasn't even.
that's
he hasn't even
bodily
gotten to
injury.
it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
The next part of that, the following number then is going to be property damage. 50,000, 100,000, 250, whatever you pick on that. That part's going to be property damage. So other people's cars, fences, light poles, guardrails, whatever you might hit. That part's going to pay for physical items that are damaged from that accident.
Okay.
So non-people.
Non-people, right?
So then the first part of that first number, the liability coverage, is per person.
Yeah.
The second part is what? Per accident?
Per accident.
So
Yep.
what would that include?
That's just the total for the accident. So let's say
Oh, you could hit a couple cars, right?
you could have a couple cars.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
it
that
could
makes
just
sense.
be
The total, so
Three people in one
300K
car?
would be the limit on how much that accident could be paid out in terms of if you cause an accident and you hit a couple cars or something like
Yeah.
that, and you damage a couple cars.
Yep.
300K
Yeah,
would be
if-
the limit. The
if-
rest would be out of your pocket.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you hit if 6 people got injured, each of those people are liable to up to $100.
100K.
Yeah.
50.
Well, it depends what
Well,
you're.
yeah, however the bills
Right.
break down. So yeah, it'd be 300,000. And then the maximum one person could take would be 100,000.
So the policy would be 100K/300K.
yep, and then your property damage follows after that, and that whatever
after
number you
that-
set, 100,000, 200,000. A lot of people don't pay attention to those figures because they're trying to base things off price, which I get it. You got to pay
100%.
attention to your dollars. But a Toyota Camry is 55,000. So if you got 50, 150, and you're like, oh, I don't know what that means. Well, that last figure is 50,000. Don't hit a new Camry.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're going to pay out of pocket to get another one.
Well, that's it. The vehicles are wildly expensive. I mean, you go shopping for even used cars, and it's you're still 30, 40,000. If you get into an accident with a couple of cars, and you're found at fault, you go over that number real quick.
Yeah.
You know, so
Okay. So then you have liability, you
Yeah.
have property damage, you have collision, right?
yeah. So you'll have the first part. The bodily injury and property damage is covering other people from the damage you can do to them.
Right.
Okay. So that would be the bare minimum you would get if you get insurance,
That's
right?
Yeah.
That's
That's the-
required by law, right?
Exactly. That's the
Okay.
part the law says you got to have. Basically the remainder of everything is going to be optional. I don't know why you'd go without it, but if you want coverage for your car, you're going to have comprehensive and collision. Those are going to be the two next categories. Collision is colliding, that's hitting stuff. You
Yeah.
go single vehicle accident, you go into a ditch, you hit a tree, you hit another car, somebody else hits you, you want to use your policy, that's fine. You typically have a deductible or whatever. 500, 250, 1,000. And you're responsible for the first dollars. After that, then the insurance company's going to.
What are you hearing? A dog
pay the
barking?
rest.
I don't know what I mean.
You're the dog barking, dude. Bambi's out to patrolling, dude.
Yep. Yep.
So the cars don't get stolen.
Yep. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll lower your rates.
Hey, is that actually included on my insurance out of curiosity, dude? Security dog.
Guard
yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
I like it.
guard
I like it.
dog. Yeah, dude, 100%.
So
But okay, so you
Yeah.
have collision obviously for yourself, so that you cover your own
yep,
stuff, right?
that's
And then you
gonna
have
cover your car.
medical coverage as well if you want, right? That's
Yeah.
also optional, so that if you go to the hospital or get picked up by not ER but an ambulance,
Yep.
that gets covered.
That's your medical bills. That's for each person inside the vehicle. So
Okay.
maybe 10,000
Inside of your
coverage.
vehicle, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So
That usually the 10,000 number is usually the standard, I'm gonna guess, right? The starting
you
standard.
normally see 5 or 10,000 what people carry.
Isn't a trip to the ER from in the back of a
Ambulance, bro?
Yeah.
Come on.
Isn't that like 15 grand minimum?
I wouldn't say 15, but
It's a couple grand.
Yeah.
Ambulance is a lot.
Couple
It's-
grand.
I would say at least 2.
This is back to other episode. I couldn't remember the name.
We were just talking about this the last time when we were just saying that sometimes you have these words in Polish that you just can't remember how to say them in English, dude. It's like the translation gets lost or you just don't know what it is, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, now that I'm hearing Brian on the podcast, I'm like, man,
Brian
really-
speaks very,
I'm
very,
like,
very nicely and
we're-
very.
I'm like, we're so foreign. Like he's talking clean, right?
He's foreign too, just born here for a long time.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of practice.
Yeah, he's because Brian. We're Polish, and Brian is what would it be second descendant Lithuanian Slovakian? Is that what you
Yeah.
said last time?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep, 50-50.
he's literally like surrounding us, dude.
Neighbors. We're neighbors.
Literally, yeah,
On the map and the
yeah,
and in the
physically,
neighborhood
yeah,
and in the
yeah, yeah.
neighborhood.
Yep.
So then that's that. So and also okay, so that explains like I guess car insurance. That also explains kind of like home insurance as well, right? I mean, realistically, home insurance is you have to get a rate, basically, not even an inspection though, but you get a adjuster to come out. You don't even have to do an adjuster. How do you get a price for a house?
Great question. So, what we do, some other companies may do something differently. What we do, we have a program that estimates a replacement cost. So we enter all the different details about your house. So square footage, the build type, what kind of basement you have, what's
Yeah.
on the exterior, 1 story, 2 story, split level, all that sort of. We're going to enter all that. We'll enter fit and finish in the house, what kind of flooring you have, cabinets, countertops, and how many rooms, if there's any special features of the house. And our program's going to give us a figure, and it's usually pretty accurate. And that's what we base what we're offering our coverage at.
But does that mean that somebody has to come out and physically inspect the place?
No.
Because I've never seen anybody come out
No,
and
they're just
physically
gonna
inspect
they're
it.
just gonna ask you what you have.
Yeah, we'll typically ask you what's going on. The internet is amazing,
Yeah.
and so one of the things that I like to do is I'll go find a listing when your house sold, and
Yeah.
I go find the pictures. I look at it. I'm virtually walking around your house, taking a look at what's in there. So I can basically, if I got an MLS listing, I can answer almost every single question I need for that insurance application.
That makes sense.
So
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
One regarding houses, one regarding cars.
yeah,
First on houses. Is there a difference in cost for what type of house you have? Like a ranch compared to a split level, for example?
no.
Or is it just it kind of comes down to square footage?
It's going to come down to really that's if you're trying to boil it way down, it's going to be that replacement cost figure.
yeah.
So is it coming back at $250? Is it coming back at $450 or $650? What is the cost that we're going to put on that for what we call coverage A, or
Yeah.
the structural coverage on that insurance policy? That's going to be
Okay.
what your premium's based
Okay.
off of. Now, the type of house you have is going to affect that number.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
what it
guess
costs.
I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure if it's like a brick house, it's gonna be a different price. If it's gonna be
Yeah.
a wood house, it's gonna be a different
But
price.
I was just talking
Yeah.
about like design wise, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like I said, like a ranch compared to a split level, or
Well,
other
that would make a difference for sure. Because if you think about it, most split levels are half brick, half
it depends.
siding, right? A
Yeah.
lot of them are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So that compared to a full wooden house,
Yeah.
would probably be a price difference for sure.
Here's my other question.
Mhm.
I don't know if you're gonna know this, but
Dude, he's a smart dude.
how many people would you guess or estimate drive around without insurance? Because there's so many stories of people
a
getting
lot.
hit,
A lot.
not having
Um,
insurance.
This is an interesting area. So the figures that I have are old and outdated. I'm guessing. Total disclaimer on this. I'm guessing, but as of like 8 or 9 years ago, in the state of Illinois, it was around 8 or 9%, and in the Chicago area, it was close to 20%.
Not shocking.
Here's the problem is the after the last 4 years of a significant, illegal immigration or whatever you want to call
that's
it,
what I was gonna ask.
that number went up a lot. There's a lot of individuals driving vehicles that they paid cash for. They don't even title them, and they just
No insurance coverage, no nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
Crash it, and walk
And
away.
that's the worst. That's the worst because if anything, God forbid anything happens, dude, if they just run away.
Yeah.
Or no coverage, and then you get stuck with the bill, and then it's kind of in that case, in that situation, let's say somebody hits you with no insurance, and because I just had this situation happen with the trailer, right?
Mhm.
Some dude hit it, and then he had no insurance, so then the State Farm basically went after him. In that case, if somebody hits you that has no insurance, no license, no nothing, and you're out a lot of money, right? Because you got to get a new car and everything, and your insurance is technically covering for it if you have the right insurance, right? That would be collision insurance, right? Or would that be uninsured motorist?
It could be both. So it depends on the situation, and so
Because we never even mentioned uninsured motorist insured coverage.
Yep. So that's a great question. So it could be both. So it depends on, the first question is, did they stay at the scene of the accident?
Yeah.
We see a lot of hit and run stuff,
Of course.
especially if you're on the highways. Kennedy or Dan Ryan or whatever else. They'll whack you and just keep going.
Yeah.
So the issue you get into there is if it's a hit and run and they're not there, that's going to be your collision coverage. And if you don't have collision coverage, you're out of luck. If they stay and they don't have insurance, so you can use your uninsured motorist coverage. On our end, though, we have to prove they didn't have insurance. It's not hard. We just need a denial letter.
Yeah.
So whatever company they thought they had insurance with, or wherever they got their fake insurance card from, we call and file a claim with that company. They send us a denial letter, and then you can use your uninsured motorist coverage.
Who reimburses State Farm for that? Nobody? That's just the coverage that you pay for, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
We'll go after them. So
You'll go after them, but I mean, what are you gonna go after them, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, you can't get blood out of a rock. So you're gonna do, we'll send it to collections. We'll go for 9 months, a year, whatever, trying to get money out of somebody. But if they don't pay, they don't pay.
Yeah. They don't. At the end of the day, if they don't have no papers anyway, it's not like they're gonna have it on their record or anything like that.
Exactly.
So realistically, that's people don't really think about that though.
Yeah.
All that stuff. We
that
all
kind of
pay for that.
situation,
I mean,
right? But that, at the end of the day, that costs us as all the people who actually pay insurance more money, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Because someone's got to fucking foot the bill.
Yeah.
Right. So we're just gonna raise rates on the area because the area is I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Basically,
More prone to
prone to damage from stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Because I mean, based off of like recent claims that were done in the area of like hail damage and crap like that,
mm-hmm.
the entire I don't know if it was the area or was it based on zip code where the rates went up, obviously because of the claims being filed, right?
Generally zip code. There's the computer algorithms, how they calculate this stuff are wildly complex. I mean, that's like 5 pay grades above me, but it's generally speaking zip code. I mean, you'll see an increase in rates in a specific area.
If it was like hit by hail or something like that, then that area might get a little bit of a bump for an extra on the premium.
Yep.
But then I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the same situation with car insurance, right?
Chicago's an excellent example. I mean, with all with the Kia Hyundai stuff. With
With the USB theft.
Unbelievable. It like 9 seconds. You can.
That's crazy. You plug in a stick and it just goes.
I know somebody that they got in. They had a thing and it popped the trunk and they got in through the trunk.
Yeah.
And then took off the
cowl,
the steering column, the cover, plugged in USB starter.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
I bet you they never even thought of that
How
idea
do
that
you
somebody would do something like that.
Well, first of all, why is there a USB in that column?
Is it an actual USB though, or is it just like a slot where a USB stick fits?
I think it's a slot where it fits.
Yeah,
And then what that does is it
causes-
makes a connection in there, and then it allows you to fire the car
That's
up.
still crazy.
It is nuts, but I mean, it's a difference between a low trust and high trust society, I guess.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
do you
Chicago's a
need
very
it?
low trust. Well,
Yeah, well,
it's
it's goofy.
So Chicago land area, or I guess Chicago itself. How much more am I paying?
Well, yeah,
in
he was just
insurance?
getting to
Yeah.
before we cut him
so
off.
we had on just our comprehensive, and they try to break out, what your increases are going to be and what coverage. Just comprehensive in Chicago was like a 26 or 28% increase.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's car thefts and carjackings
Or a commonplace in Chicago.
it's it.
Drive a manual.
Yeah, that helps.
And don't drive a freaking Hellcat.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, any kind of Challenger or Charger. Or
Yeah.
something.
My girlfriend's best friend, she had an SRT and got stolen like a month ago.
I mean,
Wild.
not
And
surprising.
they actually, well, that same night, same people, because they had cameras, and the same car pulled up and everybody, a Beamer, a Mercedes, an Audi, a Hellcat.
They picked them all up?
They picked them all up, and she had it air tagged. She had
Oh,
an Apple
nice.
AirTag, so
There you go.
they found it in Matson, but the cops didn't. The cops,
Matson.
yeah, the cops pulled up. They're like, we don't see it. Like, well, it's probably in a garage. Like, I don't think it would just be out there.
Yeah.
Well,
you
without a
know?
warrant, they can't find shit, right?
Yeah.
At the end of
Well,
the
they're
day.
like, oh, the owner of the house is coming, so we'll find out in a couple hours. Week
Yeah.
passed, week and a half passed, nothing. She actually got the car back,
Nice.
but
So what was in there?
the insurance already paid her out.
Oh.
I mean, it was just like McDonald's bags.
They just went joyriding. But it's like, dude, is it worth getting, like,
Well, they
it's
showed
so
up.
hard to, like,
Yeah.
think this logically, like, okay, I'm going to go out and go pop a couple cars. I'm going to go drive them around. I'm going to maybe
Yeah.
possibly wreck them and then
Run away.
run away.
Well,
And-
there's no.
Well, a lot of
part
them were
it-
stolen to do a crime.
Yeah, there's that, but there's no consequence.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the big car theft ring that was going on was
Yeah.
like 14 and 16-year-old kids or something
Yeah.
like that. These weren't even, quote, legal adults.
But
So-
imagine one of those kids who's trying to steal a car and the homeowner walks and pops his ass. Who's going to go to jail?
Just don't shoot them in the back.
Yeah, well, the homeowner does.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to defend your stuff in Illinois.
Yeah,
because
right.
castle doctrine.
What is it called?
Castle doctrine.
Castle doctrine.
There is no castles in Illinois.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't
What-
that
what's it called?
isn't that like stand your ground law
That's
Yeah.
in Florida, right?
in Texas?
in
I-
Texas,
yeah.
stand your
A
ground.
bunch of states have it, but yeah, we don't.
So let's explain that. Then
I mean-
states stand your ground basically means that if somebody's approaching you and is a threat, you can just
You-
pop them on a
With
spot.
an intention to.
Yeah.
In Illinois, it's your duty to retreat.
Yes.
So you have to run
Your
away.
your last defense is your weapon. If there is nowhere to retreat, and you're in imminent harm, right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's beyond like, oh, I feel threatened. It's
Yeah.
like,
Like someone's beating you, and you're
If
gonna
somebody
shoot
has
his
to have a
ass.
knife in
Yes.
their hand or a
Correct.
gun in their hand,
Yeah.
and they have to be facing you,
yeah, if you shoot them in the back, you're done.
even if
That's it.
even if they're in your house.
Yep.
If you shoot them in the back,
You're done.
you're done.
Yep.
Damn.
You have to. They
So
have to
saying
be
is fucking
facing you.
stand still, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, literally. Like if you break into somebody's house and you get caught, just don't face them.
Well, he
I
can't.
mean,
but you're
you
gonna
could
die,
still-
bro.
Yeah.
So,
You
there's
know,
the
but-
potential for that. You could just get shot in the back of the head. You're dead, bro.
Yeah.
So that's that. But I mean,
Goofy.
you can go so many different directions with
It's
that.
so
I've heard so many different
crazy.
angles to like if you're gonna shoot somebody, shoot them to kill. Don't shoot them to wound because then you're gonna go to jail and you're
Yeah.
gonna be paying their
and you're gonna get lost.
paying.
Yeah, you're gonna get a suit.
Yeah. So if you're gonna shoot them, just shoot them, go to jail, and just serve your time and come out. But otherwise, bro, you're just screwed both ways. The Sunday. So at the end of the day, I mean, gun violence is probably not the best, best solution. Even though we got guns,
Yeah, but if you're in your house,
Homer Glenn is well armed.
but if somebody,
Yeah. People don't mess around.
yeah,
Yeah.
but if somebody
But that's what I'm
breaks into
saying,
your
like-
house, that's the whole point of a gun. You don't use a gun to go out and shoot people. You use a gun to protect yourself.
Well, listen, if he comes, from my understanding, if they crossed the door jam in your house facing you, can shoot them.
Facing you.
They
Yes.
still they can still question it.
100% they
was
can
he a
question it.
threat?
What's up?
Was he a threat?
Yeah, they can
But-
100%
Was he
question
taking your
it.
stuff, or was he threatening your life?
That's when you take a knife
If
and put
they
it in his
just-
hand.
I mean,
That's
Well,
what we talk about.
listen,
Off camera.
Listen.
sprinkle a little crack on him.
Put a little bit by their nose.
Like Dave Chappelle did that one show where he had a white nose all over the place, dude. That was the best. That's crack, man. But yeah, I mean but that's because that's the state we live in, right? I mean, we gotta conform. We conform to the rules, right? To the law, right? We as people who actually want to follow the law, and then there's people who don't give a f about the freaking wall. The law.
Get off scot free.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like there definitely should be some kind of punishment and some kind of just responsibility has to be somehow you know addressed, right?
Yeah, I mean, even if you stop the guy that's breaking in your house and you don't kill him, and they arrest him,
I wonder what happens if you beat his ass.
He's just gonna get let out. Well, he's just gonna sue you.
Yeah.
He's just gonna sue you.
God damn, bro. It's like, how do you win?
And then if they do arrest him, he's gonna get let out in 2 days.
Yeah.
Then he might
hoping
come
that
back and then he might
changes.
try to kill you,
Of
right?
course,
Yeah.
You know
right?
what I mean, so it's like, dude, what the?
And then he's gonna get arrested again and get
See?
allowed in a week.
This is where you get these dark ideas on how to fix that problem. You know what I mean?
Well, it's gonna be one of those things where like,
Somebody went missing for a long time.
well, it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, oh, you're gonna take him to Wyoming?
I'll drop him off at the train station.
There you go. No, but
Take him to the train station.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's gonna take somebody or a string or multiple people where it happens, where somebody breaks into their house and they shoot somebody and they get arrested for it, and there's gonna be a suit or a civil rights like court case where it's gonna end up going to, I don't know. The state has Supreme Courts, right?
Yeah, but our Supreme
Yeah, I know.
Illinois
I know.
It's too liberal. They're,
Yeah,
they're not.
for now, but I think maybe eventually, maybe it'll change a little bit.
We'll see.
Who knows?
If Cook County disconnects from Illinois, then for sure.
Yeah. Well, we got 34 counties that want to leave Illinois.
Yeah.
That was
Who we joining? Wisconsin, bro?
Indiana.
Indiana.
We're close to Indiana.
Yeah.
Let's
Indiana,
go.
baby.
Indiana voted to approve the measure or whatever else in these 34 counties. It's mostly central Illinois,
Yeah.
but they
Well,
want
Will
out.
County
I don't
still.
blame
We're in
them.
Will County, but Will County is still
it's
blue.
It's not much, but it's still on the blue side.
Yeah. Well,
I think
Joliet,
I think
right?
as
Yeah.
I think as more
Right.
people probably move out here, though, probably maybe.
Oh, 100%. I
maybe-
mean, why do you think we're out here?
Yeah.
Everybody
but-
around us here that we know is very likely minded like us.
Yeah, but
Maybe like
that's
one or two
this
people.
pocket. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is you go to Joliet or there's
Well, yeah.
you go areas in Plainfield,
New
and
Lenox.
Bolingbrook. Yeah, I mean you still got a lot of blue areas in towards Naperville.
I was gonna say blue-haired people,
Yeah.
but
It's
is
not proper,
Naperville? Is Naperville? Isn't Naperville? Well, Naperville's not
No,
Will
it's
County.
DuPage, I think.
DuPage, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think
up that way.
Bolingbrook and Romeoville, I think, is the cutoff for Will County. Actually, I think it's. I don't even know.
They're big chunk of Plainfield is in.
Is in Will
Will,
County, yeah. But I mean, whatever. The more farm you go, the more red it becomes. You ever drive down I-55 like towards Springfield
Oh yeah.
and then look along the highway?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see the signs?
Lot of Trump signs.
that, and then just along the way, just like Pritzker sucks, in like
Yeah.
pieces.
Yep.
Did you see? Did you see? Was it that he cleared how much? It was like
340 million.
out of medical debt,
Yeah.
right?
What
With what money?
What money? Have
Whose
you s-
medical debt? First of all, whose medical debt?
People
was
that
that?
couldn't
That's
pay.
a good question. Who's
People that
medical debt?
couldn't pay.
Yeah, what people? Are they legal citizens?
Yeah, that's the question, right?
We're
That
back
is
to
a
the same.
question.
It's just back to the same question every time now, especially the last 4 years. It's been bananas on what we're paying and what we're receiving. USAID or USAID, bro.
that's
I always
right.
call freaking aid, but
They
whatever.
didn't aid anybody.
They didn't.
They
yeah,
ate-
well,
they
they
ate
ate
up.
everybody.
They-
They
everybody
ate their
but us.
pockets, dude. Is what they
Yeah,
did.
everybody but us.
Yeah, which is crazy. Now
Mhm.
you got the whole Doge thing going on with them going through the government. The amount of corruption that's in the government is massive. Even though some
wild.
people don't want to say that that's true,
It's wild.
that they're saying that it's made up or whatever, dude. You don't need to find a lot of it to say that there's corruption.
Yeah.
No, I think it's hysterical that you have a vast majority of Democrats are defending corruption, waste, abuse, and fraud.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, who are you guys standing up for? That's like
standing
I
up for
was listening.
themselves.
I was listening to the podcast
Yeah.
today. I listen to PBD
Crazy.
podcast all the time.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, they're good. They got
Yeah.
a good show. They talk about a lot of good subjects. This is
Yeah.
very similar, but it's much more small scale.
Yeah.
they were talking about how when Clinton became president, he did the same thing. I think he cleared out over $300,000 government jobs
Yeah.
under his administration.
Obama talked about
And
the same thing.
Obama
We're
talked
going to go
about
line by line, page by page, and look
Yes.
for waste
Yes.
and
we're gonna
and
close the
fraud.
border.
I mean,
we're gonna
that's
get
what-
rid of the illegals. We're gonna charge them money for
Yeah.
being here.
The
Hillary Clinton
mindset.
was saying
He
that.
did deport a lot.
Well, he was
Yeah.
the porter in chief. That's
Yeah.
for sure, right?
Yeah.
So we can't take that from him. But he deported a lot, but that border was still not secured.
No. No.
So it was like they got deported and then they came back.
Yeah.
I actually know people that did the same thing in that time.
No.
Polish people. They flew to Mexico, jumped the border.
Right back in.
We were here for a couple months, got popped somewhere here or there, whatever, by ICE agents.
Yep.
Got sent back. A couple months later, back.
We had a few Lithuanian people, the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
like,
wondering why they're not paying their bills for insurance. And like, oh yeah, they got deported.
Oh yeah, I got deported, but I'll be back in a month.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
back in a
yeah.
month. I'll
Yeah.
pay my bills.
2 weeks later, they walk into the office. They need
Yeah.
insurance again.
Damn. Is it too late to reapply? But
How late am I?
yeah, but yeah, the Biden administration and the border, bro, they did it on purpose. They literally
Yeah.
flew people in on airplanes, which is crazy, dude.
yeah,
To skew
Yeah.
the numbers a little bit.
right. Mayorkas is a absolute traitor to this country. you
Yeah,
know.
well, I feel
And
like
I
they're
don't use that word lightly.
Yeah.
I mean, most people are just goofballs or whatever else. But
or they're paid,
yeah, But-
or they have a different agenda in place. That's another thing. But
to
he
purposely-
particularly was, he
Yeah.
was a traitor, 100%.
purposely orchestrating, mass chaos. And I mean, what came across? 12, 15 million people in the
Who
matter
knows?
of 4 years.
Yeah.
And that's right. That's what we know. What's the percentage?
We
you got
don't
of
know. We
this?
don't know at all.
Well, I'm
Really,
saying that's what we know.
We can go anywhere from 10 million to 20 million people
if not more.
because we
Yeah.
don't know.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's like, and how many of these people got picked up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that where they settled, I don't want to say they caused crime, right? Because some people really are coming here for a better life. We're immigrants, like me and you, even though we came
Sure.
a different way. We didn't come here illegally. We came here
On
with the
green
visa
card,
program,
Yeah, or a visa.
It's fine.
which is fine. I
You're
have
following a legal process.
I have nothing against immigration.
no.
Zero.
Yeah.
Just do it legally.
Legal immigration.
Just do it right
Yeah.
way. The right way.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
it.
Maybe the way you can become or get citizenship
also
here
that's-
can be easier or
should
not-
be easier, I
Yeah.
think. But
Um,
that's should only be easier under circumstances, as in, let's say you're an illegal here, you're here for 5 years. Let's just say 5 years, and in the entire 5 years you actually worked here and paid your bills and actually tried to make a difference out of it. Okay, give you a way to possibly get status as a legal resident, and then collect taxes like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what the government wants, right?
Yeah.
Taxes. So
yeah.
for now,
literally.
they might change. We'll see.
Oh,
Hopefully,
man, I hope.
they're
Oh, my
talking
God.
about a lot of different stuff, so
Yeah.
we'll
Amazing.
see.
Did you ever see that? Side note, but did you ever see that that one, like, I don't know who posted it, or somebody posted it. It was like, you should have the illegal immigrants that are here and that want a better life, and for every, or as if you catch a pedophile, you get to stay, right? Or you get a citizenship,
there
and they're
you
gonna
go.
and they're gonna
There you
record and they're gonna call our show Alien versus Predator.
I like it.
That's funny.
I like
That's
it.
funny. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, but I mean, realistically, it could.
It'd be like
It should-
Pedro Henson. You're like,
It should
oh,
be.
I have seat over here.
It should be better. There should be, I think, an easier way to get citizenship if you're here illegally. But there would have to be a lot of. If there was a program in place where they knew about it and they knew what steps they would have to take to get at least that option to be able to get at least a legal resident status,
Yeah,
I think that would make things different. I
like show
think
you
that
have
would
a
improve
full time
things.
job for 2 years, or
I- I agree and I disagree at the same time. I think it should be easier in the sense of what the known process is.
Yeah.
But I think there's a benefit to it being a lengthy process, right? Don't come here to try to just BS your way through it in a matter of 6 months.
Oh no,
I mean, I
yeah,
think,
yeah, lengthy
you know-
process for sure. I'm talking like minimum 5 years.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 5, 7, 10 years or something.
Because right now I think it's like 10 years.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
And maybe 10 years is on the long side, but what we talk about is the idea, American ideals or American exceptionalism or having people come here that really want to embrace what our culture and country is.
And have
or
patriotism.
buy one of those gold cards that are just offered
Oh,
for
yeah.
$5
It's
million.
$5 million
Yeah,
bucks?
$5 million bucks. So you
Alright.
can move to the
Okay.
U.S. And be on a path to citizenship.
Yeah.
Not guaranteed,
Well.
but on a path.
Okay.
$5 million a pop.
That's how you going to decrease the debt.
He said if you
Lot of
get
people.
if you this came out
Non-refundable
pretty
deposit.
freshly, so this is pretty funny. But they're like, oh, if we got 10 million applications and 10 million people came, that'd be $50 trillion to pay off our debt. That's awesome. But then people are on some point of views or whatever. Like, there's less than 20 million millionaires worldwide.
Yeah.
But a millionaire as in a millionaire, like $1 million plus, because you could have $500 million and still be a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever, regardless of that fact, that doesn't really matter. But that's a good idea, I guess. I mean, why not try something different like that? He said they're gonna vet the shit out of them, which is what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the idea.
Like that's the
how
thing.
do you-
How do you bring in somebody who's from China, right? Let's say from China, you got some tech guy who wants to come in and he's got a great idea and he's gonna open a big business and whatever. How do you know he's not working for the Chinese government?
You
Well,
don't.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Well, the other thing is
But you
like
do research.
the other thing is like
Vetting.
okay, let's say you're trying like you go the system where it's like, well, we want to see like that you want to embrace American ideals, right? That's
Mhm.
what you're talking about, or showing patriotism towards the country. How do you gauge that in somebody?
I think over time, and that's why having
Maybe,
a
but
lengthy process.
Yeah, I mean, but every time you can't just like, sure you could check in on them, but they could just BS you every single time.
I feel like that to resolve that issue, I think a good approach would be to, let's say you have these illegals, or let's say you have these people who are trying to become American citizens or trying to get a resident, legal residency.
Mhm.
Those people should be stuck in like small towns in the U.S. Not in big cities where there's a bunch of these same people. Because I could say that about Polish people, right?
They
We're
just build a
Polish,
bunch of
like all
households.
our parents, right? They're American. They love America, but and they speak English and everything and whatnot, right? But there's a group of those people within those people who just don't understand.
But that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Every
but
culture has
but
that.
that
Yeah,
would-
that's what I'm saying. Every
know.
culture has that. Where
Yeah.
if they stick in a group, that the culture sticks together, and they don't kind of like to expand outside their own culture, right? But America is also a culture.
right? But
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's
So-
a double-edged sword. If you put everybody in like a town or something, then they're not gonna.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But if they're primarily like all Spanish-speaking towns,
What I'm saying is you don't take a thousand of these people and put them in one town. You take 10, and you sprinkle them all over small towns. Because then right
Yeah.
away, the Americans, American culture would really press on them right on the spot.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like right off the bat, you would have, because that's small towns is where
throw
America's
them in
America,
Inglewood
right?
and see what
Yeah.
happens.
That's not America, bro. That's like I don't know what the hell that is, bro.
Put them in Robbins and see what happens.
They'll be getting robbed, dude.
Yeah.
That's for sure, dude. But so I think that would be maybe hard to control and kind of direct, because how are you gonna direct people you're not supposed to be here,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But then again, if you apply for that citizenship or for that status, then we know who you are.
Mhm.
Like maybe like have them have like a path that you can take.
Yeah,
Right.
live here,
Like,
live in this town. Let's
for
just say,
2 years.
for 2 or 5 years or whatever
Yeah.
with these people, and then these people themselves will judge you how you just and how you don't, right? You want to get along, you want to have friends in that area, that town, whatever. You're gonna have to talk to people. You have to learn language. Otherwise, you're by yourself, or there's only 5 of you or whatever.
Yep.
And how else are you gonna get anything done?
Yeah.
None of you speak English.
Here's a counterpoint to that though. Is I think one of the neat things about, let's say, the Chicago area is you get a lot of different neighborhoods.
Yeah,
And you get that culture that comes through. whether
100%.
it's, you
Yeah.
know, and so it's fun to visit those neighborhoods.
Yeah,
you
for sure.
experience different
Ukrainian
restaurants and
Village is one,
yeah.
right? There's a bunch of areas around
Cicero.
Chicago.
Yep.
I mean, dude, what's like
Little village.
Belmont and freaking Harlem is like all Polish. It was all Polish at one point, right?
Now
I
it's
mean,
like Polish and Hispanic.
yeah, whatever. But
yeah.
I mean,
But
it's-
that mix of culture too is awesome, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right, where your neighbor,
but that's
you may be Polish, but your neighbor is something else.
your
right?
counterpoint is correct, 100%, and I agree with that. But I'm talking strictly past the citizenship. Like, if you want to go on that path, once that you get the citizenship or the residency card, dude, you move back to Chicago, you live with your people, it doesn't matter. At
Yeah.
least you got the aspects of it.
I don't know how you could enforce something. like
Yeah,
that.
I was
That'd
gonna
be hard
say
to
that's
enforce,
so
yeah, that-
hard.
I mean,
That would be hard to enforce for sure.
you're gonna force somebody to buy a place or rent somewhere.
Well,
you
you know,
are gonna give him a house? You can't give him a
Sounds
house,
like Russia.
right? You're just gonna place. I mean, you could just place him in Section
just
8,
block.
but
well, that's another thing. If you're actually poor and you want to go down that route of getting a legal residency, then you could get some financial assistance if you pay your fair share, right?
as long as you show that you're working.
Well, that's what
or,
I'm
you know,
saying.
you're
Not like a
working to make
giveaway where
yourself
you're
a-
gonna. This is what pisses me off the most nowadays is that fact that people who are here illegally get $2,000 a month to spend on whatever the fuck they
Yeah,
want,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
and then our people are living under the bridges and shit, and they got nothing.
Right.
Like, how does that make any sense?
Vets, you know.
Well,
or
vets is one
you
thing, but it's
know?
just overall, like, how does that make any sense? Like, why are we spending money on these people? Though that money should be spent on our people, right? That are supposed to be here, that are here, that bleed America. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. So,
I mean, veterans that fought for our country. And they're
well,
living
they
under
have a lot of
bridges.
problems with PTSD and shit like that. They don't
Yeah.
know. They don't know what to do. Right?
Right.
They lose their mind sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's where the money should be going, not housing freaking illegals in apartment complexes. The Roosevelt Hotel in freaking New
Yeah.
York
Yeah,
City,
oh
dude.
my
It's like what
Yeah.
the
That's crazy.
Wild.
wild, dude. Like
the fact- and the fact-
apartment complexes in Colorado where all those freaking guys from Venezuela, the gang members,
Yep.
they're all living there for free.
Yeah.
And then they terrorized the rest of the people that live there, and made them pay out like almost like what, like not bounties, but what would you call it, like a second rent,
Yeah, ransom.
But
ransom,
Basically.
yeah. Which is crazy, dude. Fuck that.
What's that? Crystal City in Texas? Is that am I thinking the right thing?
Colony
Ridge.
Colony Ridge, yeah,
Yeah.
where a bunch of illegals
Crystal
live.
City. Gee,
Yeah.
what the hell am I coming up with? It's like
White
we go to
crystals?
see
We're
the-
talking about white crystals.
No, go see
it's
the
a
Wizard of
meth,
Oz.
it's a giant meth lab.
So
Yeah.
that place was all built basically for illegals. Whoever runs that place
Yeah.
was set up specifically for that.
Yeah, that's insanity. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how. Like ICE
Well, this
isn't
is
having a
kinda-
field day there.
Well, I think they already did.
Good.
I think they already did. But that whole setup, I don't even know how that was even legally allowed.
Wild West, man.
Literally in Texas, dude.
Wild South.
We love Texas. We love Texas.
Yeah,
Texas is nice.
never
Texas is hot.
Dude, it's so hot over there.
I know.
I went there. I went there for a week for work at my old job. I couldn't go outside. I wasn't used to it though. I wasn't used to it.
Well, you'll get used to it eventually,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I
That-
ever get used to it.
That's like Arizona. Like same thing with Arizona. It's hot as hell.
But it's dry heat.
It's
It's
dry-
different.
it's
You go
just
under
a
the
dry heat.
Still
you,
a-
you go under the
my-
freaking tree and it's nice.
Yeah, my
Still
mailbox is
110.
melting.
Yeah.
It's a dry heat. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's still 110 outside.
What's
So-
the low
Can't-
tonight?
you can't-
97.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
okay.
you can't walk barefoot out your house without the
Yeah.
bottom of your feet burning.
Yeah.
Remember when it happened to Rob? I don't know if you were for Kevin's bachelor party. We had a
Oh, was this at the bar where y'all
We
got
had to-
trashed? I had to carry everybody home, dude.
I didn't, no. I wasn't trash because I had to walk Peter home.
Oh, yeah, our brother, yeah.
But
he was
but,
trashed.
But the next day, we were at a
He
casino.
was like trash and
Yeah.
trash.
He tried to race me on foot home
He wasn't even know where he was going.
along the busy street.
But he wasn't even know. He didn't even know where we were going.
He started running. He's like, "Let's race."
Back
I'm
to
like, "Dude,
nowhere.
you're gonna trip into the street." But no. So we were at a casino. We had like, I think it was like a walking stick or talking stick or something stick.
During the day, right?
Yeah. And we were there for a concert. It was a pool party, and we got like a cabana.
Yeah. We were gambling inside.
I remember I got destroyed by the cabana because I guess somebody ordered a second one, and it ended up going on my card, and nobody wanted to pay.
Damn, so you paid, huh?
And
Nice guy.
no. I was like 17. I was 21, right?
You won big at the casino, from what I remember.
Yeah, no, I didn't win big. I won a couple $100.
Yeah, but I think you got that courage, that liquid courage. You're like, shit, I got fucking
Well, I was-
$500.
no,
I'll pay for the
I was-
cabana.
No, let me tell you, I was sober once I saw the credit card. But my brother-in-law was walking around. He was
Plastered.
up there, and his feet got so burnt just from walking around because the floor was so warm that he was peeling the skin off the bottom of his foot. Dude.
Yeah.
It was so
Yeah, I
disgusting.
remember. But he was hammered most
He
of the
didn't
time.
feel anything.
So you
Next
didn't
day he
feel anything.
did.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand up.
This is Vegas?
Nah,
No, this was
Scottsdale.
Phoenix, Scottsdale,
Oh,
dude.
alright.
Yeah.
I don't know they got casinos out there.
Yeah, well, they got a lot. They
Okay.
just Luke said they just opened one, but not too far from his house.
Our
My
Michelle's-
brother-in-law's brother lives in
My
Scottsdale.
wife's
Nice.
uncle lives there. We went to go visit there a couple of years ago, and his wife works at a casino as a dealer.
All right. There you
So,
go.
damn, I should talk to her. I'm stupid. Now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, I should just go out there and just be like, listen, teach me the tricks. Let me know. She's probably like, I can't. I'll go to jail. Damn.
It literally.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a hand dealer, or actually, I think she actually moved up to watching the cameras on the other dealers.
Mm.
So I think she's like the next step up or whatever. I think she's got people below
The
that.
pit boss, is it what they call
I
it?
think that's what would be
Yeah.
the pit boss, right? We should go to casino.
I don't think that's the official title they have. But
I don't know what the hell it is, but whatever. I mean, but that's what she's
walking.
I know she's in there
She's
somewhere.
walking around with brass knuckles, waiting for people to count cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made too much money. Get your ass out of here,
Yeah.
or else.
Did
like
you
that
bet your
movie-
kneecaps?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It sounds like you did.
But yeah. So man, I think I'm correct. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's what she does.
She works in a deli. You don't even know.
But that's what she's counting cards for sure. But yeah, there's casinos out there. Yeah, we went when we went to that me, you, and Peter actually sat at the table and gambled for quite a while.
yeah.
Quite a while.
Because we got there early before the party even
Yeah.
started. Who was playing that day? Dad of Life. I remember.
Oh yeah, the dudes with the bananas, banana dudes. They wear like banana costumes.
It's a.
I can't believe it. Now that I
it's
think about it, I'm
it's-
like,
it's an EDM DJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
now that I think about it, I don't even remember that, bro. I mean, I remember
It's a
that we
blur. Like for me,
It's
it
a good
happens. It happened so long. It was 10 years ago.
went Data Life. Yeah, I'm like, damn. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I actually did go to Data Life concert. It was at a freaking pool.
Yep.
All right.
Whatever.
With
and
banana
then
guys.
I
The banana
remember. I
guys.
remember because there was a bachelorette party, and they were also from Chicago because Kevin knew them.
Ah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah, I remember.
Patty's. It was
Patty, yeah,
Patty's.
Patty, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a good time. It was nice.
Where'd you
It
have
was
yours?
hot.
Texas. You had yours in Texas.
In
Houston,
Dallas.
Dallas.
Dallas. That's where we were hanging out.
That was a. I remember I slept
That
under
was
the
a funny
stairs
time.
like Harry Potter.
That was a fucking.
I swear that was a room, and all it was a bed because that's all you can fit in there.
Remember one of
Oh,
our buddies
God.
rolled down the stairs and made a hole in the fucking wall with his head? It's a long ass staircase, and he was
Dude.
plaster. He rolled down the stairs and then just boom, right in the freaking.
House was. They were like skinny house, but like 4 floors
Mhm.
and a rooftop
Yeah, it was sick.
because it had
Nice.
a TV up top. It had a jacuzzi up top, and yeah, those stairs were.
Those stairs were steep as fuck.
Yeah.
Man, just going up there when you're freaking not wasted was hard, dude.
Yeah.
Let alone going down. I woke up in the morning and I'm like, what the
I'm glad I
what the
slept
hell
on the
happened
first
in this
floor.
fucking wall? And this dude wakes up with a motherfucking forehead all red, dude. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Got
I'm like,
drywall dust in his hair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I was on the first floor on those stairs.
I don't remember
Nobody
what-
bothered me.
I don't
The door
remember-
closed.
Did he
There
fix
you go.
that?
What? No way he fixed it.
Dude, he's a contractor, bro, so he might have fixed this.
There's no way.
I don't remember.
Quick
I don't
trip to
remember.
Home Depot.
I don't remember what happened with that.
Do you remember? Do you remember us going to an Asian bar?
No.
So, because all the
Yes.
bars closed early.
I remember the first bar we went to,
They-
which
they-
was fucking hilarious.
They closed. Because was it a gay bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without us knowing that.
This was Paul's Bachelor, by the way.
All right. Dude, we walked into this bar. The bar looked awesome from the outside. So like, dude, let's go. They got a fucking.
Of course, they looked awesome.
But they had a mechanical bull and everything. I'm like, dude, let's go. We're gonna ride this damn thing. Me and Lester. And so we walk in. Lester's all dressed out in cowboy like usual, you know. And then I don't know what the hell I was wearing. Doesn't matter. Definitely not one of those
Ass-
tank
pink
tops.
boots.
Assless
Pink
tabs.
boots.
And we walk in, and we're like, you know, we walk in, and the first thing we do is we go ride the bull. Like right off the bat, we walk in, we go ride the bull before we drink or anything, because we're like, we just might as well do it now before we get drunk, because then it's just gonna be out of hand.
Yeah.
So we rode the bull and everything and whatnot. That was fun. Then we go inside, and me and Lester are at the bar, and we're looking around, and like, bro, does this seem strange to you? And he's like, what? I'm like, look at the dudes behind the bar. He's like, what the fuck? And then we look around and we're like, everybody was with a couple, but it was the same, you know, the same sex. And I'm like, what the fuck? I think we're at a gay bar. And everybody's like, I think we're at a gay bar. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm like, all right, let's go. That was a good time, whatever, dude. I mean, just, you know, we didn't know. We had no idea. And then we went on and we joined up. Then that night was fun.
I just remember all the bars closed pretty early, like midnight, right?
It's a little early.
Yeah. Well, we weren't done partying.
Yeah.
So my brother calls up this guy, not Paul, Peter, calls up this guy. It was the guy that picked us up from the airport and dropped us off at our Airbnb.
That sounds like my brother who makes a relationship
Yeah.
with those kind of people.
And the guy's like,
There
hey,
you
if
go.
you want some weed, I got you. I got, you know. So my brother calls this guy at like 12:30. He's like, yo, you know anywhere to go at this time that's still open? He's like, yeah, I got you, dude. We're driving like 20 minutes, and
It's
we
your
could pull
mom's
up. We
house.
pull up to like this area where like it's a bunch of shops and warehouses, right? Like car shops. We pass by this one bar. There's like at least 50 bikes outside. Just straight up Harleys. I'm like, we're not going in there, dude. So then we pull up to this place. Nothing. There's nothing on the outside. We walk in, and there's like a freestanding, like it's almost like a dresser, and there's two Asian people.
Was that like a really dark place?
No, it was light until you walked into any of the rooms.
And it was well, that sounds like a strip club.
Well, hold on. I'll tell you. Hold on. So they had like literally like a cabinet set up, and there was just like two Asian people just serving drinks. It was cash only, and they were just like randomly pouring drinks into plastic cups. And there was like a couple of couches where we all sat down or whatever, right? And
Dude, I remember this place being
and
very
my-
dark.
and my brother was drunk, right? And he's like, dude, what's behind the doors? there was like 10 doors, right? He's like, what's past the doors? So Peter gets up and just walks right in. It's karaoke rooms.
That's fantastic.
It was karaoke. So
That's
he walks
fantastic.
in mid somebody singing karaoke, and he's like, oh.
Isn't that
And
the
it's
time when we ended up? So wasn't that that was maybe the night before then or the night after? We ended up at like this big ass. Was it a strip club? It wasn't even a strip club.
Yeah,
it
there was a
strip club?
fight on. You know, it was a strip
It
club.
was Rousey.
It was around the Rousey
was
fight.
fighting home.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
And-
when Rousey
Yeah,
lost.
Mhm.
we never even watched it because
watched
we
it. I don't know
got
what the
there.
fuck you
Well,
guys
no,
were
we
watching.
were at the tables. it was like I
It
feel
was
like it was
weird.
I feel like it was like a casino and a strip club for
It
some
was
reason.
a very weird place.
Anyways, that was yeah. So we were watching it, and some of us were watching it, and then somebody was like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend. I can't be here." And I'm not gonna specify whose name, but I remember exactly who it was, and it was one of your friends.
The fuck?
He's not going to specify his name.
I'm just gonna say, I won't even say his initials, but you refer to him as his initials sometimes.
Dude, I'm gonna be sitting here
specific.
thinking for fucking next hour.
Well, anyways, he's like, oh, I have a girlfriend. She's gonna find out. She probably had his location or something. And
Damn, which one of these my friends
and
was this?
so,
Tag, bro.
and so we left. When we left early, and the fight didn't even finish. I
No,
remember because
the
I'm
fight
like,
finished. The fight finished for
or
sure.
it was like right after the fight.
Right after
like,
the fight finished, we
yeah,
left
like,
because we're like, we're
I
gonna
couldn't
finish,
even finish
we're gonna,
my I couldn't even
we're
finish my
gonna
lap dance.
We're gonna finish the.
chicken wings and a lap
I had no intentions in that place of doing anything except watching the damn fight. And I
Well,
watched
yeah,
the fight,
fair.
and
but
we went
like-
right after the fight, and then we dipped.
Yeah.
we left. Yeah,
But
and,
it-
then,
but it-
and then we got trashed at the place.
Yeah, and then we got trashed at the house.
Yeah, in the pool.
The karaoke house?
No. That was the day
But that's-
before.
Dude, that doesn't.
We got there on like Friday, and that was like
Dude,
Friday.
There was the one. We were in so many different places that night. Like I think after that,
We went to like 6 bars.
we
For
went to this
sure.
one
Nice.
place, which was very dark.
Oh my god. You and your dark as in the
Bro,
lighting.
it was fucking dark in there, right? Even if it was a black person, I wouldn't be able to tell it was fucking dark. But it was dark. I don't know what the hell it was. I don't know. I don't know if it was a strip club. I don't know if it was a bar, dude. I literally don't know. But I was like, this is the fucking strangest place I've ever been in my life, dude. Like it was fucking weird. Whatever. There was these couches in these weird places. I have a beer too now. I finished my water, so my headache's gone. But you're still going. You're good. Okay, never mind.
yeah.
Oh, okay. What did you press?
Oh, I muted myself.
Oh, you muted yourself?
Cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
No,
Oh, okay. I see.
like
Fancy, bro.
that's cool.
Apparently, I'm the only one who knows how to use this equipment.
listen,
I've never seen anything.
I mean,
like
well,
that.
you're a guest, so I don't assume. Paul's just like, make it work.
In my head, it's going to this fucking chimpanzee with the fucking with the what do you call it? Ting 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 ting. I don't know ting ting. But yeah, that was a fun time. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, so we got a show. Well, once Mr. Technician gets back on here, then we can flip the camera. We can show what Brian showed up in.
Sure.
You're done talking about your bachelor party?
Yeah, let's finish
He
that
said-
subject.
I had a fun bachelor party. We did a his and hers bachelor party.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It was a good time. We went to Key West.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did like it was like 4 days or something down there. Invited a bunch of people, and surprisingly, most of the people that we invited showed up.
Nice.
and it was awesome.
That's cool.
A great time. We stayed at a. Thank you very much. We stayed at a nice hotel down there. It was a little
Did you guys go?
tired.
Did you guys go to that bar where Roadhouse was recorded?
Which one is that?
How's Roadhouse?
Roadhouse, the movie. You guys ever watch Roadhouse?
Is it with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No. The original
No,
Roadhouse. The original Roadhouse was with
It's-
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
The new Roadhouse is with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor
I never
McGregor.
saw that.
It's
I never
good.
saw the new one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one where he walks in. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's like, the fuck's going on here?
yeah. And then he looks around. He's like, "There's nobody here."
I just know that because of the meme.
There was a me. Yeah, he walks in just like that. Like he's looking around. He's like, "There's nobody here."
He's like,
I remember that
He's like,
scene.
where the fuck's everybody? Or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
Well, now I'm gonna watch it.
It was good. It was a good, like you could say, like a more modern remake. It was, I like Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor. So, but yeah, flip the camera, dude. Show us.
I was gonna say my in-law brothers, they were like, we can't wait for you to get married. My wife, like, because you're gonna have some crazy ass bachelor party. I used to party a lot when I was younger, right? I used to
Good.
be out all the time.
They might not know we're getting this serious, dude. Are you? This is
Well, no, this is what they've been saying for like 5 years, all right? And I'm like, why? I'm like, have you met my best friends? They don't know how to plan shit. 2x4 and Slamba? Those guys barely leave their house. How are they going to plan a bachelor party? They're going to be like, let's go golfing.
yeah. We can go golf.
I don't golf.
Yeah, that's Brian.
Yeah.
How well I,
I got
golf.
clubs. I got clubs in the trunk, but
I went golfing one time with Brian.
All right. So
made it.
I mean, I made it
That's fun.
out. Yeah,
Man, shut up.
Yeah, my fucking
It's
head
first.
was killing me at the end. That's for sure.
all right, Brian, make your introduction. What do you got here?
All right, we got there's a 97 Lotus Esprit.
Woo! Wow,
Ooh.
very nice. Yeah,
it's
very
fun.
nice. Very clean.
It is. It's a fun car.
Give
What
us
kind
a
of motors though?
It's a 3.5 liter twin turbo V8. So it's a it's got a little pep. We'll go.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
So-
When we drove it last year, it was nice.
I remember
Yeah.
this was one of the cars we always bought when we used to play that game on for Xbox. You remember where you used to be able to sell the car in front of your shop?
I don't remember. Need for Speed?
No, it was before Need for Speed.
This was, I think, in the first Need for Speed.
I think so too.
Yeah, but this was before the first Need for Speed. It was
Dub Midnight City.
Midnight City Dub Edition is what it was, first of all. But no, that wasn't the game either. It was the one where like you had a little shop and you would buy the cars. You could buy a car off the auction or you could sell it.
What?
Yeah, you played it all the time.
Damn, this is why my career is where it is now. Because that game, I guess.
Yeah,
I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
Interesting. But yeah, so V8 3.5, it's very clean, very
Yeah.
well maintained.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun car, mid-engine.
Interior's clean as hell too.
Yeah.
What year
it's-
is this thing?
It's a 97. It's
Sick, dude.
27,000 miles.
Woo.
It's a lot of fun. It's a great car to just take around, let it sing. It makes all its power. I should say the V8's nice. It's got a great power band. It's a lot of fun, about 5,000 RPM.
Oh yeah.
Really sings.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's,
Oh yeah, this thing sounds sick.
it's fun to rip around in.
Yeah.
I ended up, so I bought this thing in 21 in L.A. and I drove it back, and for the first probably 1,200, 1,400 miles of the trip, I didn't touch a highway. So I planned it out on purpose to be able to take some really cool back roads on the
Oh, yeah.
way, and it's just awesome. It was such a fun drive to come back in that thing.
How's the work on it?
So it's largely performance-wise, it's largely stock. The previous owner spent a fair amount of money and time getting rid of most of the Lotus problems. So, lots of trouble, usually serious. But it's so
Sounds like a Lotus thing.
yeah. So he went through it and upgraded radiator. It's got forged pistons in it, so it got rid of those issues. Better oil cooling, some different bushings throughout it. It's got there's a performance ECU. It's got a limited slip differential in it.
I thought you said this thing was fairly stock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's common Lotus problem.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff that.
So get rid of the stocks, though.
But yeah, I mean, the stuff that blows up that you have problems with, So it's been, the stupid stuff that leaves you stranded for the most part. Other than fuel injectors, that's a story for it's another story. But
I remember that story.
Oh my god! But so it's not a like performance wise, it's not really making much more than stock. 350 is what they say. If I had to take a stab, maybe 365. So it's not like a ton more performance. It's just reliability features,
Yeah. And it's a cool car. I mean, it's not really, you don't see these
You don't
often.
see these,
No.
yeah.
It's like,
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw one, like, just
the
driving.
last time I seen one before I seen this one was the one that's on a poster.
You used to have that poster, right?
It was a black, it was a black one.
Yeah.
On a wide poster, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have that one.
Yeah.
That's what I had on my bedroom wall. That's why
I had
chased
that
this
for a
thing
while.
down.
Is this considered your dream car?
Yeah, I'd say it was one of those where I was like, I was shopping around for a couple different things. I really heavily thought about a Mustang, the GT350, and I was like, it'd be fun. And then I'm sitting there and going like, yeah, it's like 50 G's though, and then I have a Mustang, so I'm like,
You're a
what
Mustang
else?
driver at that point.
Yeah, right. So I'm like,
Fucking car record.
yeah, exactly. Cars and coffee doing donuts into other cars or something, hitting pedestrians. So, but I'm like, what's in the same price range? And I'm thinking, I'm like, I've always wanted one of these things, and it's the same price. So why not?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, people will say, "Oh, it's an old car, blah blah blah. You're just gonna have problems." Blah,
who
blah,
cares?
Blah. Yeah,
I mean,
literally.
That's the fun part about having a car like that, though. Is
Yeah.
like you have to still work on it once in a while with your hands. It's not just digital where you plug it in and
And here's the thing, right? Like a GT350 is awesome. They sound amazing. They're fast.
Yep.
It's not just a Mustang, but at the same time, it's a Ford Mustang.
Yeah, I drove one a few weeks ago.
They've got nice. But they're computerized. There's all sorts of tech in
you
them.
just flip a switch for the exhaust to open up and everything.
Yeah.
and it's cool. It rips.
This is a yes man.
Yeah,
This is you just tell it to do something and it does it.
Yep.
Go fast. Okay. Stop. Okay.
don't need a computer
Turn.
for that.
Okay. Yeah. But it's like crash into a tree. Okay. there's no tech. It's just
it's very
whatever.
analog. Very
It's
analog.
extremely analog.
Yeah, but I feel like that makes you feel the car more.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
and
100%.
enjoy it
Yeah,
more,
100%.
right?
I
only-
feel like all the older cars are just easy. You feel them a lot better, like,
It's-
right?
That's what's fun about this.
Yeah.
The only thing this has is ABS, nothing else. So it's just in the ABS is garbage at that. So I mean, it's a lot of fun to drive because it just does what you tell it to do. Even if it's a terrible idea, it'll still do it. So
I love how one of the bottles is shaking here.
It's something shaking. I'm like, it's picking it up.
But
Would you want any other, like, let's say older car?
I got a bucket list of stuff.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know if this is a forever car, but it's a lot of fun to have and drive around. I'd like to drive it more, but
Is maintenance a lot for it?
I haven't had to do hardly anything with it.
Not really.
I had to replace the master cylinder for the clutch, and the gears for the headlights, the pop-up headlights.
Like,
that's it.
You got a shop next door if you ever need to put on a lift. So.
Yeah, yeah. It's easy
if the
though.
lift's ever available.
Yeah, I got a lift for it too.
yeah,
so.
he's got his own
yeah?
lift, so he doesn't need our lift.
Yeah.
That's he's got his own shop over there.
It's it really, as far as that, just do the oil changes. This year, every other year, I've been flushing the fluids and stuff on it. So I'm gonna do the brake fluid, clutch fluid again. But it's it's so easy to work on. The whole trunk liner and everything comes out,
Yep.
and you can just stand around the engine and work on it.
Oh, that's sick.
It's really easy how open everything is. I mean, it's real, like when you get to the chassis, it's like race car. It's just, there's tubes, take out some tubes, and everything's open,
Yep,
and you can work on it.
You got a frunk?
Yeah, a spare tire in there,
Okay.
so you can fit about, half a bag of groceries. That's about it.
Considered a grocery at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
We're a
very
small
nice. It's very
family.
clean. It's very well maintained. It's taken care
Yep.
of. It's a nice
Yeah.
car for sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
Definitely like a awesome looking, like, you know, 90s car.
I've been
Yes.
staring at it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, the color stands
Yeah.
out, dude, and it's clean.
Yeah.
You know, the GTR is not that clean. GTR is dirty as hell.
Yeah,
The GTR is a completely different car,
The people that
so-
watch this episode hopefully watch the previous episode, and yeah, you're gonna see a little bit of a difference in red.
Yeah,
Paul's
right.
will be a little bit darker.
Yeah, a little darker, black like that room. But yeah, dude, it's nice. Dude.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The injector thing was it was quite interesting. To be nice. I was
Funny
just
story.
blasting around in this thing. It just around here, not nothing too far. But, you know, I'm driving around and, you know, having some fun and all of a sudden I get a couple of whiffs of gas or whatever.
that's
and
the best feeling though, when you're in the car and you're like, you're driving, especially if you're driving a car that's modified.
Yeah.
You're
Smell
driving
something.
and you smell something.
Yeah.
You smell like fuel. You're like, what the
Uh-oh.
fuck is
Even
that?
if it's not from your car.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if, but you get a whiff of your.
What is that?
Yeah.
the-
What's going on? So, you know, whatever, I'm driving. You know, everything's behind you, so it's not, you're not getting, it's
yeah,
not
right.
like
The
it's-
engine's behind
That's
you.
even
yeah.
weirder.
So you're not, if it was in front of you, it'd be like, oh my God, there's a problem. You'd notice it right away, but it's behind you. So as you're moving, all of that's being pulled away. Well, I'm sitting there at a stoplight and I'm starting to smell a little more gas. And then I start going and I'm barely touching the throttle and the rear tire starts spinning. I'm like, it's not wet out. What the fuck? So I'm like, and then I start paying attention, and I'm watching the gas gauge, and it's like going down in front. I'm watching
Oh.
the gas gauge go down. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm just trying to beeline as smooth and as quiet as I can to just get home. And I don't know, it's probably about 3/4 of a mile. This thing just totally runs out of gas. So I pull into the subdivision over there, pop the whole thing open. I'm like, oh my God, everything is just covered in gas. I don't know how this car didn't start on fire.
It sounds like a Lotus thing.
It is, totally. So
Is it fixed now?
it is. Yeah, that was a process too, but ended up an injector, the retaining clip on the injector popped off. The injector popped up out of the fuel rail.
So it was piss and fuel
It
outside the
was
fuel
just-
rail.
Just spraying all over the
Yep.
place.
Yeah.
Was it what? Did, like the bolt come loose or what?
No,
No,
there's
there's a retainer clip that holds the injector onto the fuel rail.
Yeah, I know, because I was just working on a Mazda and it has the same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, when you lose the clip and the pressure of the fuel comes in, at the
Mm.
injector, it pushes the injector down. Because there's always obviously a little bit of play between the fuel rail and the injector on the bushings, right?
Yeah.
You'll have like a little gap in between, and
Yeah.
if it pushed on the fuel injector, it pushed it out. Basically, is what
Yep.
it did. It probably wasn't a gap, but it wasn't sealed with the rubber bushing. So it
Right.
was just pissing all around the bushing. Is what it was doing for sure.
Yeah. It's, I don't know if it's
Ask me how I know.
a common thing or what on these, but you know, so I took all the injectors out and I trimmed the slot for the retaining clip a little bit, and so it had a little bit more room to sit farther down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and and that helped.
That's good. Well, thankfully it didn't light
Maybe-
up on fire.
Yeah, maybe I should sell it before it has any other problems.
No, you can't.
It's a
You gotta keep
Lotus.
it.
I mean, you already fixed all the problems.
mean,
so what's
yeah,
gonna
but-
break now?
It's a Lotus.
That's true.
It'll
That's
find
still-
a way.
That is still a Lotus for sure.
It'll
Dude,
find
that's
a
like
way.
that's the one thing about Lotus is they're always sick cars. They always had a fucking problem.
I mean, that's how there's a few cars like that. It's not just Lotus, right?
Lotus is known well for that.
It's probably why I didn't sell well.
That's probably why they didn't sell very well because they have some nice looking cars.
Like
but
the
it's
Evora.
goddamn-
That thing's sick.
Yeah.
it's a fucking English car. That's the problem is.
I better.
It's like Mini Coopers, dude.
that's
The
it.
OG
That's
Mini Coopers.
German. Oh, okay.
They
Yeah.
sold a lot of Elises.
They did
You
sell a
know,
lot. of
these
pieces.
were low production, and they were only bringing about 110, 120 over.
That's that
per
even
year.
all the better though. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
you have a
But-
car that's like that has a hell of its value since you bought it.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say I could get what I have into this. I get out of it. You
That's
know?
good. So then you don't have to worry about taking a loss or anything like that. of
No,
that
I don't
sort.
think I'd take a loss. I think I'd probably break even. I do have some interesting parts I'd like to put on it too. I picked up it's an MCO. So one of the one of the problems with this car is Lotus spent a ton of money designing the engine on this. Like for Lotus, a lot of money is $4.5 million or whatever they spent
At the time, yeah.
At the time, ton of money designing this engine, and it's a phenomenal engine. It can do 500 and something horsepower all day long, no problem. But the transmission they have in it is a Renault out of a 1960s mail truck.
No shit.
So, and it's originally designed as a 4-speed. They added a 5th gear by just putting a case on the rear, and so 5th gear hangs off the back of it. It's not like
like a built-in, like a built-in one unit.
It's it's not even it's a 2-piece.
Oh,
It's fucking slides on the backside.
interesting.
And that's how they got a 5th gear. And so you in stock form in this thing, one of the things you're supposed to never do is in 5th gear is floor it, build up boost, let off, and then hit the gas again. You'll snap 5th gear off.
Oh,
So you'll grenade the transmission. So in stock form, you can blow this thing up.
So you had a different trans for it?
Not a trans, but the center section of the transmission. There was a limited run they did of these shafts, and it's forged 1-piece center section. It gives you a straight cut first gear, and it will have no problem supporting all the power on it. So
No.
I haven't had a chance to put that in there.
Well, that means you have to tear this trans apart.
Yeah, I got to take it apart, and
Just doing it today at work.
I'd love to get it done sooner than later, but life gets in the way, and
Yeah.
I also don't want it sitting. I don't want.
Well, once you start on it, then you're gonna not work on it. See, that's a winter project. It's like my winter project should have been pull the trans from GTR, go have it basically gone through, inspected, updated, and put it back in. And go. I thought about it about last week, so winter's almost over.
It's March.
You also have other cars that were also winter projects.
I mean,
S2000.
TBTS took up a lot of my time.
Okay.
Hey, I had to build this place. It was a lot of work. All right,
This corner.
Yep.
this corner, this dark ass place.
Nice paint. Turned out well. I like it.
But I'll have to probably do that for next year. I got a couple things I want to do this year.
One day I'll buy that RX-7 off.
That's
That's my dream car.
There you go.
That's my dream car.
Dude, FDs
Well,
are
the fact that it's here somewhere is already a big plus for you because they're hard to find.
Yeah. Well, I remember.
Especially the spec I got.
I'll still never forget when I found it on Facebook.
We're gonna do a podcast when I'm just gonna have to roll the motherfucker in.
I'll help you push it. But I don't know, bro. I mean, I think it probably has like an inch of dust on it by now. There's paint
makes
missing.
the GTR look better.
Oh yeah, GTR looks way better compared to the RX-7 for sure.
But I remember I found the post on Facebook of the shell, right? Because it's just
It's not a shell. It's
the
a
whole
whole car.
It just doesn't run or drive or start.
Supposedly, if I put the starter on, it will start.
Yeah.
But also, when I look at the bottom of the engine, the trans is very wet. So there's a lot of leaks coming from that whole
I
engine thing.
think that's a whole thing of those cars, though.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, anyways, I was I saw it on Facebook, and I'm like, man, it was like I'm not gonna tell you the price. I'm not gonna say the
You
price.
say it outright. It was 10 grand.
It was 10 grand, right? No, it was like 12 grand. It was 12 grand at the time.
Oh yeah, it was.
But you got it for a little bit. You got it for less. And I'm like, I remember I screenshot it, sent to Paul. I'm like, yo, you want to split this? And he's like, I'm picking it up in the morning already. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, bro. That was a funny story too, because I literally was leaving work. It was on a Friday, like evening or afternoon. It was like 5 o'clock, and I think I jumped on Facebook, like just real quick, just went through. I like to back in the when I wanted to go look for shit. I jumped on Facebook, and I'm like, I'm gonna look and see real quick what's on Marketplace. And this thing just popped up like literally right in front of
Same
me.
thing for me.
I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, and I looked at it, I'm like, damn, this looks like a good ass deal. I'm fucking trying to see if I get a hold of this guy. So I messaged the person, and it was a lady. And I messaged her about a couple details, and she's like, I don't know anything about this, but you can call my husband. Here's his phone number. So I'm like, give me the phone number. Boom, 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 boom. I called the guy's at the bar, drinking with his buddies. And I'm like, listen, I'm interested in your car. I see your wife posted it for sale. I'd like to come and look at it, probably buy it. And he's like, well, I'm out drinking today and yada, yada, yada. Maybe if you want to come tomorrow morning, then, you could do it. All right, cool. I'm like, are you firm on the price? And he's like, well, what's your offer? I'm like, 10 grand. He's like, deal. I'm like, all right. He's like, be at my house, 7 a.m. I'm like, all right, send me the address. Send me the address. Dude, all night I was like, I'm fucking pumped. I'm like, I'm gonna get this fucking
I would
car.
have been able to sleep. I would
And
have been
I'm
able to
like,
sleep.
I didn't go to sleep. I don't know if I slept much because I was there on time.
Yeah.
And you know how I am
Yeah.
on time sometimes. You know what I mean?
Just like me.
Yeah.
That's my beer.
Oh shit.
Where's your beer?
Well, mine was
Why are you trying to steal his beer?
Mine was shaken, so I took it off the table.
Not stirred, huh?
Shake your beer.
But so I woke up in the morning. I'm like, I'm going to hook up the trailer. Freaking, I get there. There's only like 3 dudes there, looking at his car, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like,
Wasn't
already probably-
Legend there?
Somebody I know was
Yeah.
already there. He was already. He's like, and so I go up and he's like, the car's a piece of shit. It's beat up here and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I seen it. It's kind of scratched up here a little bit and it's not running and it's this and that. But I think most of the details I wanted to know were I already got from the owner when I was talking to him on the phone. And so I'm like, I'm looking around. The guy comes out and I'm like, so we talked yesterday when you were at the bar. You have the title? He's like, yeah, here's the title. He pulls it out. I look at the title. Looks good to me. Yada, yada, yada. Just a couple questions real quick. All right, deal. We shake hands right in front of everybody. And everybody's like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And I'm like, he's like, we made a deal last night and he showed up. So I'm a man of my word. I'm going to stick to to the deal. And he's like, what'd you sell it to him for? He's like, 10 grand. He's like, I offered you like 14, 15 grand for this thing. And he's like, I made the deal. The guy was straight.
He's like, I already you said he was like, I already shook his hand.
Yeah, we shook hands and we made a deal and it's
Nice.
done. I'm like, that's fucking awesome, bro. Much respect to you, dude, because
Yep.
A lot of people won't do that.
people would not do that. They'd start a bidding war on the
Yeah.
spot and
Yeah.
then be like, I'd be priced out right away for sure. I already know I would, but made
You
a
had
deal,
extra
dude.
money already.
Nah, maybe I had like 2 grand. I think I brought like 2 extra grand, maybe like 12 G's just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it. But it would have went higher if it was like if that dude wanted to, and he could have very possibly done it, but it was just maybe he thought it would be a shitty things to do, maybe. But he was the man of his word, so that's what it was.
Nice.
So
You don't find
he
that
could have
much.
probably pulled 14, 15K out of that car.
Yep.
Wow.
Because it's a pretty rare model. It's an R1 hardtop. Full red car with a freaking black interior.
It's like the hardest trim to find, right?
It's not the hardest, but it is hard to find, so it was worth it. And the mileage was good, and it was a clean title and everything, so it's like,
Nice. Yeah.
So one day we'll push it in here,
Yeah. Should get it running.
Well, yeah, we'll
Have
get
Mike
there.
fix it.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike's
Mike's
been
always
trying to fix it in his,
yeah, I was
dude.
gonna say, he
He's
can't
always-
even get his to run.
No, he got it. He figured it
Oh,
out. He got
okay.
all the problems resolved. It drives good now. Everything. He did some fuckery on there that he didn't realize he did, and then he finally caught it. And he's like, God, I'm such a stupid ass sometimes. Bro, sometimes that happens, dude. Sometimes you like fucking plug in the wrong holes in the wrong way or whatever, or you route something the wrong,
Mhm.
like the pumps. I think what he did is, what he was doing is he had 2 pumps in the fuel tank, and he didn't route them properly. So one pump was pushing the other pump. So he wasn't getting good fuel pressure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was pushing from one pump and it was pushing out the other pump.
Yeah.
So when he fixed that, everything resolved.
Nice.
Like that it's a mistake that can happen,
the
right?
same thing happens in IT. You plug one thing in wrong, nothing works. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
Have you
dude.
tried turning the power off?
You know
You
what?
should've seen us
Hey,
with the fucking
I'm
computer right
not
here trying to turn this
lying.
fucking thing
I'm
on.
not lying. That is a resolution half the time. I'm not joking.
All right.
Just like this computer. Last 2
That's
days,
what's
bro.
weird,
I was
bro.
pressing the fucking power button, it wouldn't work. And then I don't know.
And then today I brought it back because it nuked itself yesterday, and I fixed it at work, and I brought it back, plug everything up, click the button, nothing. What the? I'm like, I literally just turned it off like 40 minutes ago from work.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? And I'm looking, I'm like, and I checked like the power cable, right, the button cable, and it was good. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm looking at Paul. I'm like, ain't no way. I unplugged 2 cables, 2 USB cables. This thing was plugged in.
Yeah.
I unplugged it, turned right on.
I don't know, man.
Man, me and Paul are looking at each
Yeah.
other. I'm like, I don't know, man.
It's what it is. It's what it is.
Well, I know how to fix it now.
So
Unplug
that was
the cable.
resolved. Yeah.
Nice.
It was like I don't know if it was like a block on the power system or whatever the hell it was.
It was either this button right here was trying to control that one, or something,
or whatever. We
other.
resolved it. Now we know. Don't turn the computer off.
No, a tip for people: turn your computer off
Agreed. Turn off your computer.
every day.
Yeah. Yep. Wasting energy. Valuable
Dude,
energy.
there's so many times somebody's having an issue and I log in their computer and like Control Delete, And you see system uptime. 72 days. 72 days, 13 hours, whatever. I'm like, have you rebooted it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
They're
did
lying
you
when I
click
even know they're
reboot or
lying.
did you click sleep?
That's how it is. Yeah.
I don't really deal with computer issues as much as like I install like network stuff, so like switches and servers and stuff like that.
More physical.
Yeah. I go.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
visit clients all the time, and so I got the truck. That's why I got the van.
Nice.
I got to go to 1 in the morning, 2, 3 places.
So where your car stays over there at your place?
Yeah.
Nobody steals it? You ain't for somebody's gonna plug in the
Bro,
USB
it's
stick into it?
Lyle. It's Lyle.
I mean, you never know.
Listen-
Chicagoland
listen-
area crime.
Let them
dude.
take it. I
Listen,
got
it's
good
nice.
insurance.
Yeah. There you go.
Don't
I'm
say
covered.
that in front of. Don't
I'm-
say that in front of the insurance
Well,
agent.
okay,
dude.
I'm not saying I got good insurance, but I'm covered.
Good.
It's good enough. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, whatever, dude. I mean, let them take it, I guess, right?
I'll just
I
get
mean,
my
you
new
can't
car.
fight back if they're gonna take it.
No,
You're gonna go to jail.
pretty much.
I mean, I'm
So-
parked in the first spot, so I would see my car getting stolen on camera,
In
and
terms
then
of
I
like,
would delete it.
in terms of like carjack. In terms of like carjacking though, too, it's like, dude, it's like, what do you do in that point? Just giving it's just the car, I
Just
guess.
give
Well,
him a
in a
car.
different state,
Just
you
give
just
him a
stand
car.
your crown.
You know, hopefully it's insured.
You-
Just give him a car.
You know,
I
a
mean,
crazy story.
get shot.
The reason we have a company van now is back in the days, this is before I started working, but this one guy had like a Challenger or Charger or something, and he was a vet, and he was driving somewhere to a client, and he was stopped at a red light or a stop sign. A bunch of dudes walked up to him, and and they were trying to steal his car. They were trying to get his car. Well, he had like blacked out tints all around, so they couldn't see him. So he rolls down the window, fucking gun pointed at him. Everybody dips, right? They just scatter like flies, right? And he gets back. He's telling the story like, yeah. So we're gonna get a company van. And that's how we got this thing.
I mean, if technically, this would have to get technical, but if he has his bullets, wiped when he was loading them, then technically they would maybe never find his ass.
Yeah, but ain't none of those people calling the cops on him.
Well, that's one.
If
But I'm
he-
saying
if he
somebody
had to
actually
shoot-
tried. If he had to shoot, right? If he had to shoot, then either he get caught on camera somewhere, right?
Most like somebody's got a fucking Ring camera.
Or
I
some
mean,
shit
that's
like
just
that.
shit's
This is
everywhere.
probably a while back, right? And this is
Yeah.
in a neighborhood where they probably don't have Ring cameras.
So I mean, it's like
Maybe that's why they need them.
Do you guys
But-
use the Ring neighborhood app or whatever?
No.
no
Do you guys have like besides a Facebook group like
a neighborhood watch.
yeah
Yeah, we got a text message group.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me, him, and the neighbor across the street.
Okay, that's
We're-
not what I was referring to.
No, we're fucking
I'm
nosy
talking
Karens.
I'm talking about a public.
We have a neighborhood watch across the street, bro. That watches all the time.
Yeah, the one that called the cops on you.
Yeah, so I mean, that's that's good enough for me, I guess. Can't complain.
The music is too loud.
Yeah. We got our own
I don't know
drama
what I
out
even
here.
say, bro.
We
This-
have-
I love neighborhood drama. It's hilarious, dude.
I have some of the nicest neighbors, man.
So do we,
Yeah, well,
except
yeah.
for one.
Well, we have like the
Yeah.
guy next to us, Mark, and his wife. Like when we were out of town, they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it." Well,
We won't rob your house.
No, they're like, well, that was the weekend. It was really cold here,
Yeah.
so they checked to make sure nothing, was frozen or anything like that. They let the dog out and everything like that. And then I got home after we came back from Canada, and I'm like, dude, driveway's plowed. Somebody shoveled my entire driveway,
Nice.
and it was Paul across the street.
I would never.
That guy.
I'm joking. Me and Brian do it all the time.
Yeah,
Brian,
dude.
actually, Brian does it for me more than I do it for Brian. So,
Yeah.
Brian, I'm gonna have to pay you for your services, bro. Unfortunately,
I
This is the way it's
need
gonna
some
play out.
eggs.
Oh, we had an episode about this.
Oh,
What is
boy.
Eggs are the new gold.
Here
Eggs are the
we
new gold.
go.
Yeah. I'm gonna start upcharging
Don't
for
start
sure.
it.
dude.
Yeah, right.
Don't start
I
it.
sold a
Brian.
good batch today. So but
It was the sea seeds,
with the what?
chicken seeds.
Chicken seed.
Yeah, don't you know you can plant an egg in the ground?
But we can make that work. We can make that work for sure. I mean, you taken care of my chickens before, so yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But man,
I never got eggs.
well, then you never took care of chickens.
Yes,
didn't
I did.
you? Well, then you should have took some. That's your own fault. The fact that you didn't take them from your hands to your car and instead put them in the fridge.
I sold them to people and never gave him the money.
Damn. Fraud and freaking broad daylight. Or dark room, whatever you want to call it, dude.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. I've been selling those eggs. They've been going for sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm sure.
I mean, you took some before, so you've
Yeah.
had
Oh, you got good eggs.
Yeah, I got good chickens.
You're a good egg.
Yeah.
It's my buddy was telling me that Costco was out of eggs. This is like a week
Here in Orland?
Trader Joe's, you can only buy one dozen. Per
I've seen the
visit.
prices being all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
I've seen like $8. I've seen $12.
Yeah.
I think one of my guys went to get eggs by our shop. I think it was like $14
Holy crap.
for like the regular white ass eggs.
That's wild.
It's a pack of cigarettes.
It's actually more than a pack of cigarettes.
It depends where.
That's true. That is true.
Cook County, you're paying like $17 for a pack of
Fuck yeah,
cigarettes
Cook County,
nowadays.
bro.
I don't know. I haven't bought a pack of cigarettes in like 8 years, but it's probably like $9 when I bought it still.
But yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Well,
So-
don't kill 100 million chickens, and then you don't have these problems.
Agreed. That's how it is. Oh well.
You think that virus, whatever that they had, was legit?
No,
Which one? Which virus?
the bird flu.
Bird flu or whatever?
No, that's a bunch of bullshit.
You think
There's no reason to kill 100 million chickens over potential infection of the birds. You should wait for the birds to survive, and then breed the birds that survived, and now you got chickens.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
you got
that's
chickens
true.
that are more
That's a
disease
good approach.
resistant.
Yeah.
It's stupid for them to do what they did.
Well, they call the whole group of chickens or whatever, right? So basically, if you got 50 million chickens living in one place, it's 50 million chickens that go goodbye, and then
Yeah.
they burn them, right?
Oh yeah,
But
They
he's
don't even
he's
keep the
saying like
meat.
out of those 50 million, 20 million survive.
That's what I'm
Great.
saying. That's the way they do it is stupid. I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
You would think that then the ones that survive would not be prone to that same disease,
Yeah.
Right, and that's where you breed them.
because otherwise, yeah. Now that you think of it more about it, that makes no fucking sense. Because then what? So one chicken somewhere else at a different
the
chicken farm.
owner never even thought about it.
Dude, I'm sure they did. The problem is the USDA
I'm
came
talking
in and
about
said,
you.
but they ain't checking my chickens, bro. My chickens are whatever, dude. If they listen,
Survival of the fittest.
I had a couple that just not recently, but I've had a couple in the last couple of years that just flat out just dead one day. You know, I don't know if they were sad or mad or fucking committed suicide or just sick or old. I don't know. Who knows? But you know, they're walking around one day, next day they're dead.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it
it's
is.
gonna happen.
Maybe they were sick. Who knows? Sometimes you can see
It's
when
like
they're
any
starting to
person.
get sick or something like that. They'll like slow down their beaks, like the thing they got on top. I don't know what you call it. The red. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah, but you know in Polish.
No, I don't actually. I don't know what the hell it's called. The red thing they got on top of the freaking
Yeah.
head. All right,
Gets a little floppy.
it gets floppy. Then that's
Yeah.
when they're sick or there's something going on with them. So then sometimes you can tell that there might be it might be time for them to go. But it's like, do you let them just die naturally, or do you kill them and take them out of the suffering? Or are they suffering? Do you know?
I mean, if you see that they're suffering,
Yeah, if they're
I
like a
take 'em
broken
out.
leg or something like that,
Yeah.
then you got to kill them because
You don't want to let them suffer.
yeah, they're just gonna lay. I've had one where they had a broken leg, and I just killed them, killed the chicken
Yeah.
because it couldn't walk, it couldn't eat, it couldn't shit, it
Yeah,
couldn't do anything,
that's-
So it's like but I've seen one or two that were sick before that just I seen that there was something that wasn't right, but I let them live another day or two. They ate and everything, then they just died. So it is what it is. I mean,
Nature.
and that is nature, 100%. I mean, you never know. You never know when it's time to go. Life
Yeah.
is random,
It is.
for sure.
Yeah.
For
It's
Roll
sure.
crazy.
dice every day.
I mean,
Yeah.
one day you wake up, one day you don't. And it's just the way it is. Dude. You never know. I mean, you could get, you could have some kind of an attack or something like that, or
Would you
a
rather?
freak accident or some shit.
Would you prefer
Mhm.
to die in your sleep?
Probably. I mean, just go to sleep and then just
I
not
just-
wake up. I mean, you wouldn't even know.
I always remember from whenever I think about that, I think about guys remember scary movies, like the series, like scary movies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where the guy's like, it was Kevin Hart actually. It was like back in his early days, and he's like, no, I had a buddy down the street. He went to sleep alive and woke up dead. He's like, the guy's like, how do you wake up dead? He's like, well, he was alive when he was going to sleep. When he woke up, he was dead.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess. But that's just life, dude. That's just, you never know. You got to take care of yourself in order to keep going. But I mean,
Yep.
there's just a point where you can hit.
Can't
where
live
you just-
forever.
No, that's it. You know,
That's it. You can't
enjoy
live
your
forever.
enjoy your
For
time.
now.
Unless in due time, you know, they're gonna think of a new technology. They're gonna take our transfer our brain power and put it into a computer.
You're gonna be the Futurama, the head in the,
Oh,
head in the
shit,
jar.
forgot.
Now, what was that one movie? They had a movie about this. It was Johnny Depp, where they uploaded him to a computer, and then he ended up getting to the internet. And it was like
Transcendence.
Transcendence or something.
I didn't watch that movie.
Something
I never
like
saw
that. It was
I didn't watch
crazy.
that movie.
It was like he died, but he was like a super genius. So they uploaded
I think I
his
actually watched part of that
brain
movie.
into a computer, and then eventually he got access to the internet, and he took over. Like he tried to take over the world
I think I remember that.
because he was able to control all technology.
That's like that movie. What was it called with that chick with Scarlett Johansson? She was her name was Anna in the movie. Where she was like dude, she became like the next step of evolution, I guess, but it was more like digital evolution. She became like a computer, basically, dude. It's
Oh, I've seen clips of it, but I've
I
never
don't know
watched
what
the
it's
movie. I
called.
don't even know what it's called. Yeah,
yeah, but it was,
I know what you're talking about.
she was like she was like fighting off bad guys or whatever, whatnot. And then she became a
Yeah.
computer, and then she just took over everything. And I don't know.
Something like that. Where she touched some person, and she can like see how they
Digitalize them and everything, dude.
Yeah, and she can understand what they're like without even them saying anything, what they're thinking and shit like that.
No, that's crazy.
I mean, that's gonna be Neuralink soon.
Yeah,
Elon
right.
Musk,
Get a
dude.
get a little
He's-
chip in your brain.
Yeah, dude. But the crazy part is what he's
Would you
already.
get it?
I don't want that shit. No thanks.
I think twice about it, but probably wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't get it. I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Unless I was like sick or something like that, then maybe. Because see, that's
Like if it would help
that's what
an
it's
impaired
ge-
person or something.
well, that's what
Yeah,
that's what it's geared.
paralyzed, you
That's
know,
what it's geared
whatever.
towards, right? That one guy that they gave it to, he's paralyzed, but now he can control everything with his mind.
No.
Well, mind. I mean, the chip is plugged into his freaking brain, so
yeah.
Yeah.
the chip picks up the frequencies and then converts it into digital signals, and then like wherever he was looking is where the mouse was, which is kind of crazy.
You can
if
do
ask
that. You
about
could
it.
you could do that without
That's
a chip.
cool.
How the hell do you do it without a chip?
They have it's called ray tracing, or I think it's called ray tracing. But you can do it where it's like you have, as long as you have a camera.
Oh, so the camera watches your eyes.
Yeah, and it shows where you're showing on screen.
That's like the freaking Lexus that we have that has the fucking the
oh
pay attention when you're driving.
Yeah.
Like it has the camera. Like it's not a camera. It's just like sensors that like right on the steering column. And if you look away for too long,
it
it's
alerts you.
Alerts you.
Do you also have
Not
the thing
paying
where
attention. I'm
do
like
you,
motherfucker.
do you also have the thing where like if
I'm
you
looking
only,
at a car, dude.
yeah. Do you also have the thing where if you only have like a couple fingers on the steering wheel, it tells you to put your hand on the steering wheel?
Yeah, but I get away with one finger.
No, okay.
I drove all the way down to Tennessee to your place with just one finger.
Yeah, I think it's just
I wonder if
that
that
touch
works though.
sensitive.
I wonder if that works under like pressure or conductivity.
It's conductivity.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
You probably can't just put any object on there and then it'll read as a hand.
Tape a weight on there.
Yeah, tape a hot dog to it. It'll work.
It probably would work with a hot
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, hot dog's pretty dead though.
Yeah, but it's also cold
Put it in the
because it
microwave.
probably needs
No,
like.
we're talking about like electrical current.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like your body gives off an electrical current, right?
Also
Some
gives
are
off heat.
pressure. I think Tesla's pressure. And
You're
There's
not gripping hard enough.
But yeah, dude. I mean, it is what I mean. That is. It's a cool ass tech. I mean, dude, it was foggy as hell. I didn't see shit, but the car knew where it was going.
that's
Not
cool.
like your truck when I was driving through that snowstorm. Dude, I couldn't see 5 feet in front of me. Semi, boom. Just
Jeez.
Well,
blowing right
semis
past.
don't give a damn, bro, about how you're driving.
Yeah.
But but then you drive behind a semi, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. With the Lexus, we drove down there, and like I said, I could barely see anything, but it has that LiDAR, so it scans everything up front. And whatnot.
Oh, that's
I don't
nice.
know if it would scan an animal up front.
Does it
right?
give you a camera? Or
It has
just-
a camera up front.
and can you see?
You can see
The
it
camera?
if you turn it on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's got like all around.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. So like I said, I drove all the way down to Tennessee with my finger. I just held my finger on the steering wheel, and then my other hand once in a while I would adjust the speed. But even then, the adaptive cruise control basically controlled how far you are from a car, and then
Yeah.
we just keep it there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
and then it would brake, and then it would speed up, and it would be like, this is fucking crazy. Not like the GTR, dude. So you want to go, you gotta press the gas, dude. And even then, that's
My
still
car
pretty
too.
digital. Your car is analog. It's probably got a line. This thing's on a sensor, so it's but the feel is different for sure. Well, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a nice car.
Thank
Can't
you.
stop looking at it.
Okay, we're
Thank
back
you.
to the car, dude. Yeah.
It's a fun thing to stare
You
at.
have next time you come back on, you said you got something else too.
Yeah, I'll bring the Continental.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
He said it's the wedding mobile.
Yeah,
Nice.
68 Continental. White
Nice.
suicide doors. I mean, it's like
Yeah, I've seen that in person.
yeah.
I said I don't know. I'm like, let me borrow one of them for whenever I get married. I don't know which one I'd want though.
rental fees. There's nothing
Hey,
for free.
whatever.
Nothing
Hey,
for free.
whatever. That's fine.
For you, this would be fun. For the now wife, it would be a nightmare trying to get into that with a wedding dress.
Hey, yeah. That's like her trying to like when she dressed polka dot school, trying to get in my car. So it's already lower. She's like, whenever I dress like this, we're taking my car. We're taking the Jeep.
That's how you're in Jeep last time. Makes sense.
Yeah, you got to fall into this thing. It's
I'll let it take me.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brian. Appreciate you having you on. It was a
Hey,
good time.
thanks.
We'll do this again sometime
sure.
soon.
Love it.
For sure.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.
You guys
Finish it off.
It was a
And then if you wanna share your information for your State Farm agency, we could just throw it on there.
Sure.
I guess we'll throw it on to the podcast right in the description.
Or you could just say something right now.
yeah. If anybody wants to know, got questions or concerns about your policy, I don't care what company it's with. Give us a shout. Got a great team in there, and we're happy to answer any questions.
How do we reach you?
Phone number 708-424-8654, or you can go to our website. My name, BrianKovac.com. BRY with a Y, not an I. YANKOVACH.
Not a
.com.
W.
No. Nope. Or just
All
look
right.
us up, Google us.
Yeah.
State Farm, Oak Lawn. We're gonna show up. We're right in the middle of Oak Lawn. So
Appreciate the time.
Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you,
the
guys.
time. Appreciate the info.
Subscribe. Don't forget. Like our videos.
see you soon.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.